Hey, you ever go to play a chord, like an A-shaped chord, and get that note? You don't want that note, right? You want the note that your index finger has right here, right? That's the note you want. You want to get something like this. Ooh, sort of. That can be frustrating. The last Fat Finger Fix video that we did, we talked about how actually if that note doesn't ring, it's a thunk. That works because that note's a duplicate anyway, and you technically speaking, theoretically, you don't need it. But artistically speaking, if you're like, nope, man, that's where the magic is, I've got to have that note there, well, then what do? Here's what you do. In order to get this finger to get all three of these strings that you want here, oh, that's actually a C. I was playing C sharp. To get those and let that first string ring, you need to turn your finger into a spatula. The way you do that is simple and weird. So what you can do is we'll do it with the index finger first. You can do that with like the A chord. One way you can figure out what I'm talking about here is to make a circle with your finger, like, okay, I'm gonna make an A, okay. And then this knuckle right here, you kind of push it in with your finger, and look what your finger does. Some folks' fingers can't do this. Most folks can. If your finger can't do it, don't worry. This is what I'm talking about. What you can do with that is make your finger get 2 or 3 strings and then scoop up and not catch that one string that you don't want. You can get right out of the way and allow it to work. So a spatula is an interesting thing because it goes down and it applies pressure across a certain area flat. But it's not like the point of your finger, which puts the pressure right in one spot. It kind of spreads it out. Well, the last little piece of our finger, there's 3 bones in here. And the last bone right in here, this one here, we can actually make it kind of go down a little bit flat like that. And then it's a lot of pressure spread out over more space. And then if we come up this way, we can do it. There's a couple of ways to figure out how to do it before you even go to the guitar. So when you do that, your finger might look something like this, as if you could suddenly disembody your eyes and stick them over here. Your finger might go, whoop, it's going to curve up like that. So you have that little space down under here. And then I'm doing it with the index finger on A. So before you had this, that's because the finger's wrapped around. But if you let your thumb come down, this is the way I like to do it. Press right here, and then your whole hand can move like this, right? And that's what you want. Then put your thumb down. And then you can let that first string ring. Oh, that was the second string. There you go. So that's what you get. Now if you do it with a bar chord, I'm doing a lot of turning around today. Instead of being wrapped around and flat like this, let me go back up to C sharp. Wrapped around and flat with the pinky back here and the thumb up here. Maybe if you take this finger and go up on your fingertip a little bit, but right here, hold it down like we did just a minute ago. And look at all this flexibility you got. Wow, lots of flexibility. Hold it down right there and then let your thumb come down and put your index finger. So now your thumb's going to be, depending on the size of your hand, obviously, somewhere around in here, right? So then you're much more likely to get that space right there. There. That's how you turn your finger into a spatula. If you like more tips like this, if you want to find a way to get the best position for your fingers, whether they're like this or a spatula, download the free exercise that I have in the comments below. If you want to learn more, now if you're really interested in how to get your fingers right up on the tips and possibly, now if you're really interested in how to get your fingers way up on the tips, I can really help you. That's actually extremely effective. Download the free exercise that is linked in the comments. Thanks for listening.